the DG of Israel's Defense Ministry, Major General Amir Baram, spoke to Defense Secretary Rajesh Kumar Singh and extended Israel's full support to India's rightful fight against terrorism, while also lauding the success of Operation Sindoor as both sides discussed the future of defense ties between the two countries. Aditya, my colleague, is joining us on the broadcast to give us more details about this. Aditya, as always, Israel is standing by India against terrorism.
Well, absolutely. We need to see, Israel has been a long-standing ally of India, and, recently, prior to Operation Sindoor, the Israeli ambassador to India, Robin Azar, has also met with Foreign Affairs Minister, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar, and, had clearly stated that, Israel stands with India at this juncture, and, he condemned the barbaric terror attack that has happened in Pahalgam by the Pakistani-based terrorists, and, Israel has always maintained that India had the right to serve the justice to punish the perpetrators, who committed this barbaric terror attack in Pahalgam. So it is indeed a very significant thing that Israel has always stood with India, and Israel and India are the long-standing partners. Yes, Vinny.
All right, Aditya, appreciate you joining us. On that note, we take a short break. Be right back.
Co-powered by
All right, so Vijay Kumar, इसको मानने से, इसको स्वीकार करने से इनकार करती है। आपको क्यों लगता है कि ये जो पाकिस्तान का जो दोगलापन है, इसको दुनिया क्यों नहीं पहचानती है?
अब जो
You're absolutely right. So we have a paucity of time as well. So I'm going to quickly rope in
All
Sumit.
right.
Sumit, in fact, the Americans went to war against the Iraqis, right, for biological weapons, right, which are perhaps not as harmful as a nuclear weapon that Pakistan holds, even the tactical ones. Why this hypocrisy?
Hypocrisy is the amount of money you can put on the table, or you can make them earn on through deals. If you can put, if let's say Khomeini can put 10 trillion on the table, I think Trump will sing a different tone altogether. It's as simple as that. So these put 600 billion, that they're talking of altogether different tone. You're taking stands with Jolani, and look at Kurdistan. In Kurdistan, there are these ISIS terrorists who are in a jail which Kurds were holding. There were 2,000 US Marines. Trump came, reduced them to 800. Now we are hearing that they will be pulled out. What will happen to Kurds? The Turkish will come and they will settle all the Kurds. What will happen to those prisoners? Imagine, what is his name? Tayyip Erdogan's foreign minister, Fidan Hakan, said that Jolani ISIS terrorist will control these ISIS terrorists which Kurds were holding in the jails in Kurdistan. Because Kurdistan has oil. So at the end of the day, it's all about money. So Kurdistan and oil. Turkey is interested in that oil because it makes money for them. And Jolani is interested in oil because he wants to get money from somewhere. And because Qataris have put a lot of money in US, and MBS has agreed for a 600 billion, he signed a 600 billion deal. So Trump closes his eyes. He says, okay, I'm getting a trillion. Let me call it a day. I'll settle it later. At the end of the day, I'll find some Tom, Dick and Harry. I'll find Pakistanis who will go and handle these, these jihadis at the right point of time. We'll declare them terrorists. We'll undeclare them terrorists. We'll call them good terrorists. We'll call them bad terrorists. That is how American foreign policy runs. The problem with American foreign policy is like a quarterly policy. What works for me this quarter, I'll kind of this permanent shift in the shifting sands of American foreign policy has caused a lot of disruptions in the world. And Pakistan, as long as it has a geographical relevance, they will keep on shielding it. But as far as I am concerned, whatever we have to do with Pakistan is our problem. We have to go and settle them. We have to go and do it with them. And I'm just hearing that even Trump is saying that I'm very close to a nuclear deal in Iran, which was unthinkable. You see the amount of trouble Benjamin Netanyahu has got in last 24 hours. You see how much of right-leaning political parties in Israel are really, gunning for his blood, if I may say that today. And with all, with all the arms and armaments ready, with those bunker busters ready, now you are telling I will have a deal with Iran. And do you think Iran will stop enriching uranium? No. Do you think Iran will not make a bomb? No. And let me tell you, sir, American Secretary of Energy went to Riyadh. He told Saudis, we are going to give you nuclear facilities. You can process, nuclear fuels for power generation. I don't know how much of an industry does Saudi where they need nuclear for power generation. It's a matter of time. Another 10, 15 years, I'm telling you today, Saudis will also have the capability to make a nuclear bomb. And that's how it is going to end. And it is Trump who will give it to them because he wants trillion, 5 trillion, I don't know how much from the crown prince, as long as he foots the bill. And then the strategy is, or the mentality is, let's get the money today. Well, let's make a problem later on. We'll say how to settle it. Now, if you give enrichment facilities to Saudis, do you think they will not think of making a bomb one day? They will. And you will give them all the guidance, you will give them all the fuel, you will give them every assistance, because MBS can put a trillion on the table. It's as simple as that. Kitna paisa aayega ya kitna paisa milega? Whichever way is bigger, that shapes the narrative. And it's so unfortunate, so direct. That's what I'm saying, that when it comes to India, your own Sanibal and Shastrabal is the only one you can depend on, is the only one which can help and save you. And if you look at the history, whenever the boundaries of India have become porous, we Hindus have ended up paying jizya. So let's not get out of that state.
We've run out of time, Sumit, but appreciate everybody who joined us and filled in with their perspective. General Sudhakarji, appreciate you being here. It was a pleasure having you, like it always is. Mazamuni, thank you so much, sir. We take a short break now. We'll be right back.